How many months the appeal is going to take up to the end of the season. Araujo can't get there. That's a little word with Iñaki Peña.
There's Pedri going past the first man. There's a little ball into Dani Olmo. And the first touch from Gavi is absolutely superb to take it away from Perro. It's great awareness of where the space was in the box.
We get a chance. Can we please?
A reminder, Copa del Rey, round of 16. Real Madrid at home against Celta de Vigo. Real Madrid favourites in that one, licking their wounds after the Spanish Supercopa. Join the team at 3 p.m. on ESPN+. Here goes Gerard Martin. Martin squeezes the corner out of Betis.
Just turned his ankle with that block, I think. The fullback. Gavi's still slightly struggling. Martin was looking for the cutback. Really good run from him. There you can see Ribal, the player. The ball hit more than anything else. Maybe as he put his foot down, but Gavi looks okay. He certainly won't want to go off with an injury.
Neither will Ruibal. The whole family will be here tonight. He's a local boy born in Barcelona, played for one of the lower league clubs before finding his way to Real Betis. But for those free kicks, you can see he's just turned over his left ankle.
Yeah, the ball hit him on the end of the toe and it turned his foot round, and as he landed, he twisted his ankle, or turned it over, as you said. So they probably will have to make a change. That doesn't look good for Ruibal.
Sabali is the obvious replacement. He's been asked to warm up very quickly. Momentarily, Real Betis are down a player. Tried to be too cute, passer with the corner. Vitor Roque gets Betis out of a tight spot, but as he's come back, there's nobody upfield to feel that. Araujo. Well, for now, Vitor Roque had dropped into the right full-back position. I think maybe more of a liability than a help in there. Juanmi to Isco. Good to see him fully fit again, one of football's great entertainers.
He had a magical little spell, didn't he, for Real Madrid? Here's the injury again. He's trying the cutback. There it is. Oof. It really does turn his ankle over. At one point it was him or Bale who got the last spot in the Real Madrid team, and he got it for a little while.
Here goes Dani Olmo. Goalkeeper can only stand and stare, and then he makes a brilliant save to keep out Rafinha. Superb reaction. Betis.
This is the problem that Barcelona have had in previous games when they haven't won. They've created lots of chances. There's the foul by Vitor Roque. Slices through it, and the goalkeeper does make a good save. He just couldn't quite lift it, could he? Rafinha. First one from Dani Olmo. He's trying to slice across it to get it to come back into the goal. And there it's the right knee of Betis. They need to get this player on quickly.
Well, it's a natural replacement, right back for right back. Use of Sabali, the Senegal international. It's sad to see the limping Ruibal. Rafinha. Bartra wins the header. This is Jesus Rodriguez. Teenager given a big opportunity against Barcelona tonight. Pellegrini said he's lost 16 players since the end of last season, and they haven't found the adequate replacements. He would like the club to invest in an attacker. Oh my goodness, what is the goalkeeper playing at? He allowed Pedri a full view of the ball then. Most of the Barcelona chances are of the slow thinking of the Betis keeper and defenders. Rafinha. Nathan taking the safe option, just knocking it out of play.
I don't think we should be surprised by goalkeepers taking too long on the ball. We see it nearly every week at the moment. I mean, he stops the ball, then
just
runs
I think there's a
backwards.
little slip, wasn't there?
Pedri, the player to close him down, could have gone anywhere.
And Pellegrini said he's getting the chance tonight, as he is the cup keeper. The goalkeeper is Adrian. You remember, started at Betis, had a long spell at West Ham. It was the backup at Liverpool. Martin.
Sometimes Martino's got to cross the ball. He's trying these little cutbacks and balls down the side, which is fine. He's just got to vary it slightly. There you can see he's in a little bit of trouble, Ruibal.
Sabali is cornered. He had a particularly uncomfortable game in the 5-0 defeat last season against Barcelona. Sabali. Timero to Isco. Perrault steps on the gas. Now Isco. Given away to Lamine Yamal. All makes defenders look so easy. Which way will he do it this time? Left or right or through? Uses Kounde as a decoy. Back to De Jong. Gavi. Rafinha. Sorry, this is Yamal. Oh, too much for Gavi. But pleasing on the eye.
Really pleasing on the eye. Saw the pass really early. Gavi had made the run. Just slightly overhit it. But he is a joy to watch.
Perrault to Isco. Goalkeepers all night long. Roque was offside. This is Pedri. That looks like offside. They'll allow play to continue. Passed on by Yamal to Rafinha, and remarkable clearance by Bartra. As we all suspected, he was off.
Perrault had gone forward, now he can't get back, and the centre-half did well. He actually stepped up at the last moment, Nathan. So he was offside, much to the pleasure of Rafinha.
Pedri. Superb pass. Rafinha. Normally he knows the body language, the movement of Lewandowski in a situation like that. Slightly different dynamic tonight for Barcelona, with the Polish international watching from the sidelines.
Yeah, Gavi had made the run into the box. I'm not sure he did enough to find that bit of space.
Well, the fans are all charged up. They're expecting a pretty low attendance tonight on a wintry evening in Barcelona, but they come out in their numbers, making a noise as Kounde flies it to nobody in particular. Finds Rafinha to Olmo. Olmo, cheeky little back heel. Rodriguez. Kounde step over. Yamal. Kounde! Wonderful goal. He started it. He finished it with a sprinkling of magic in between from Lamine Yamal.
You won't see football much better than this. Starting with the crossfield pass, which was hit with a good deal of pace to get there. A little ball over the top. Here it is. There's the first one. Little over from Kounde. Rafinha is coming in at the far post. It's Yamal that just flicks it into the space. Does he cross it? Does he shoot? Chooses the right option. He goes for power. Across the goalkeeper. It's a brilliant goal. Kounde and Yamal have got a great understanding down this near side, and it showed there once again. Brilliant. 2-0 Barcelona.
That's a wonderful point that you make, actually, very salient, that Kounde is a centre-half, and he made it very clear that was his preferred position. That's where he played for Seville when Barcelona signed him. But these days he has a wonderful partnership with Lamine Yamal. I don't think there's any consideration of moving him back into a central position.
Well, if you asked him now, I think he would say he's a right back, because he understands the job now. He plays it very well. He's enjoying his role.
Martin. Pedri. Yamal. Just run out of space. Good defending from Perot.
Well, he was thinking about playing it with the outside of his left boot as he was lining that up there, and then he decided to go again. And that wasn't an easy pass he played. He made it look easy to Kounde. Just flicking it over the top of the defender first time into the run of Kounde. And he made absolutely no mistake.
Únete. That's a weak ball. Yamal. Olmo. Rafinha. Araujo. Gavi to Pedri. Those two could find each other if the floodlights went outside the stadium. Kubasi. Martin. Now Pedri. Olmo. De Jong. Gavi. Little flip to Martin. It's a poor cross, though, easy for Bartra to tidy up.
That's what you were talking about. Dani Olmo at times going deeper and wider and joining in the play. He's allowing others to make the run through the centre forward position. Rafinha is playing there at the moment.
Araujo. Kounde. There is a crispness of passing from Barcelona. Yamal. Oh, brilliant. Loses the defender, passes on, not quite to Olmo. And almost passed in. Oh, that was brilliant. And Gerard Martin couldn't accept what fell his way after the wizardry of Lamine Yamal.
Well, it started with some great combination play further down the pitch. He meant it for Dani Olmo, and it just does take a deflection. There's the cutback meant for Dani Olmo. Comes to Martin. I think scuffs his shot slightly. Might have just been going in the corner.
De Jong. Olmo. Pedri. Olmo answers the fans' call for a shot at goal.
I think when we see it again, he just slices this one slightly. So easy. De Jong just plays him in to a bit of space and just cuts across it.
Barcelona looking good to make it to the last 8. The Athletic Club do it in a Basque derby. They take on Osasuna in the round of 16 tomorrow, 1:30 Eastern time. As always on ESPN Plus, the home of Spanish football. Peña. Araujo.
Just a bit of sloppiness there from Araujo. Hasn't had too much to work with, does he, Vitor Roque? I heard Craig Burley talking about Hansi Flick. It's been more animated than at any stage of the season last month or so.
Goalkeeper gets himself in a tangle as well. Yamal. Pedri. Well, that was an escape there for Betis. And Barcelona let them off lightly. And very rattled. Was that a shove from Jesus Rodriguez? The referee's doing his best to keep a low profile.
And the goalkeeper made a bit of a mess of that one, didn't he?
Martin. Peña. Araujo. Kounde. Pedri. Driving run from Gerard Martin. There's a slack pass.
Yeah, he's crossing or passing from that wide. It hasn't been good enough today, Martin. He's found lots of space. He's got forward well. Jesus Rodriguez is tucked in at times to try and cope with Barcelona's brilliant midfield. So it does leave room for Martin to break forward down that left-hand side, but he's got to make more of it.
All that. Not quite sure that was the intended pass to Rafinha. Perro, they've had nothing, offered nothing at all, have they, Real Betis?
Well, one or two moments where it probably was offside had they put it into the back of the net. And they broke down the inside right position through Jesus Rodriguez. And then we had the header. But for the last 25 minutes, they've been totally outplayed here with some brilliant football from Barcelona. They've been a joy to watch.
Perro. Wanmi. Well, the tradition in Spain is to give the fringe players some game time when it comes to the Copa del Rey. And Betis are doing that tonight, which has maybe caused them to lose some shape. The likes of Jesus Rodriguez and Wanmi being bit part players in recent weeks, getting an opportunity. They do look like a team that's been thrown together. Barcelona have made match changes, but there is a style and an understanding to their play. Araujo. Kounde. Olmo. Bit of a stretch from Bartra. Wanmi.
So it's not just their footwork, it's their closing down as well. They've won the ball back so easily, so many times.
Rafinha to Gavi. Araujo. De Jong, as you say, doesn't want to make even a sideways pass. Everything now has to go forwards to please the supporters.
And please the manager. He's trying to introduce this style of play, which has been very pleasing on the eye.
Yamal gets into his stride. Oh, makes it look so easy. Kounde. This kid's an entertainer.
But it's not just entertaining, it's brilliant skill here. The only way you could get it through to Kounde is by rolling the ball one way and then playing it with the outside of his foot. I think actually nutmegs Pero.
Oh. Rafinha. Pedri. Lamine Yamal. Araujo comes crashing in. It's a clash of heads.
Bartra, the player that got a good defensive header in. The former Barcelona man, the captain of Real Betis. Kounde was offside, but it's a very good header by the defender. Got himself into a good position, jumped early. See him just flicking it on away from the danger. Pedri has been brilliant so far. There's the crossfield pass. There's the little over from Kounde. Little flick over the top from Yamal. And he one thought on his mind. Hit it with his laces on the volley. Beyond the goalkeeper.
An exhibition of perfect football. Let's hope he's okay. Marc Bartra, the veteran of the Betis team. 34 years of age today. There's a bit of Copa del Rey history with Barcelona as well. He scored in the final of this competition back in 2014 against Real Madrid.
Been a tough watch for Pellegrini. There's the clash of heads. As I said, it's good defending from Bartra. Got himself in front of Araujo. Just trying to help the ball on away from the danger.
Sometimes we get asked by people a little ignorant of Spanish football, how seriously do they take the Copa del Rey? Well, you can see how contested this game has been tonight. Nobody leaving anything behind in the changing rooms.
Well, when you're manager of Barcelona or you're a Barcelona player, and there is a decent crowd here tonight, you want to win every game. You want to win it well. You want to win tournaments.
Barcelona last season made it to the quarter-finals. They were beaten by Athletic Club.
Well, that was when they were going through a particularly bad spell, wasn't it, at the time? Very vulnerable defensively.
Rafinha at pace. Was he checked? Yes is the answer, and the card follows for Marc Bartra.
1v1, he's made the run down the side.
He made no great attempt to get out of the way, did he?
Mind you, he doesn't have to get out of the way, he's trying to go for the ball. And Rafinha almost ran into him. It's a foul, but I'm not sure it was a yellow card.
He's had a good couple of minutes, has he? Still seeing start after that clash of heads with Araujo. And the first player to receive a caution. Can they get a third before half-time? Shades of the Super Cup final. Rafinha fights it at Kubasi. Sabali only half clears. Hoof back in towards Dani Olmo. Nathan. What an encouraging comeback he's had tonight, Ronald Araujo. It's been in the headlines in Spain because it has been leaked. But apparently, Juventus have made a €35 million bid to sign him, which seems half price to me.
Well, I think they might get him because he's had a long injury. At the moment, he's not in, or hasn't been in the first team. Kubasi and Inigo Martinez have been the first choice. So if you ever were going to get him on the cheap, now would be the chance, you may think. But I don't think it's going to happen. Be interesting to hear the views of Craig Burley, Luis Garcia, Gemma Soler at half-time.
Stick with us for the analysis in the studio. Down on the shop floor from Gemma as well. But a good news story for the Barcelona supporters. Evening of frustration for the Beticos. Kounde. Yamal. It's a little pirouette. Jesus Rodriguez. Selling Sabali short. Rafinha sees it. The referee sides with the Betis defender there, but Sabali and Jesus Rodriguez having a stand-up row.
Well, he read it really well. Rafinha saw the ball was going to be played back to Sabali.
Pero Altamira rolls it back.
So Pellegrini hasn't got too much to work with at half-time, has he, in terms of maybe just do this or we do that. We might get ourselves back in the game because they've been totally outplayed.
Martin. One Barcelona player who hasn't really covered himself in glory so far as the backup for Alex Balde.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. He struggled at left back to find the right pass. And he has had lots of space. 4 added on minutes. Mainly for that injury we saw to Uribe. There's the man that started it all off, Gavi.
It's interesting there to see Hansi Flick set his watch for the 4 minutes as well. German precision. Kubasi. Gavi. Olmo. Bartra stands his ground. Bartra puts a bit of backspin on the ball. Tees it up for Rodriguez. Now Isco. Isco looking for Vitor Roque, but top-class defending again from Araujo.
Yeah, good break from Isco, and he tried to play it into that near post zone.
Rodriguez goes on an adventure. Great ball in. Vitor Roque. What a remarkable save that was from Iñaki Peña. A big, strong hand from the Barca keeper. Lamine Yamal stopped in his tracks. Isco. Well, that looked like a solid tackle from Gavi. What a save, though, Stuart.
It was a great save. Or so it seemed. There's the slide challenge from it. You always knew that as soon as he slid from that sort of distance, the referee wasn't going to like it. But here's that space again. It's about 3 or 4 times they've got down that inside right position. It's not quite. Just has to stretch his left arm up. It's a good reaction. Looked much better in real life time.
Well, he's fired up. Lost his place to Chesney because he was late for a team meeting over in Saudi Arabia. I suspect it'll be the first of the team meetings going forward. Brilliant ball. Offside trap is sprung. Barton tries to lay it back to Isco. Now there's an uncertain flag floating on the far side.
Yeah, quite clearly offside when you see it again.
Yeah.
2 players that were both went for the ball were offside. Jesus Rodriguez again. Good little jinking run, great cross into the box. Roque is there. Can't do much more, he's just got to get something on it, which he did. But a very good save from Peña. That would certainly have given them a bit of hope going into half-time. Real Betis.
Wanley. Altimira. Pedri. Little layoff. Gavi almost takes it.
Look at them working the ball again. Gavi in particular there, Olmo.
Kounde. Betis does not look a goalkeeper is comfortable with the ball at his feet. Batra. It's created nervousness amongst the defenders ahead of him. Gavi. Batra throws himself at it. Frantic finish to the first half. Yamal. Kounde. That understanding. Kounde! Hey, he's got the rest of the evening now to find a hat-trick. He scored 2 sensational goals.
I mean, what a reverse pass it is. First of all from Yamal, as he takes his touch infield to take the defender that way as well, so he can reverse it out into the run of Kounde. Just watch here. Goes inside, there we are. Cuts Pedro out the game completely. And the one place that he can score, Kounde, is high in at the near post. And he does that. There's no chance for the goalkeeper. He can't get his hand up quickly enough. There's that combination, we've said it. All first half. Kounde and Yamal have got a great understanding. There's such a threat down this right-hand side. Brilliant.
No signs of a hangover for Barcelona after their celebrations in Saudi after winning the Spanish Super Cup. Jules Kounde has played every game this season. A couple of times they have taken him off in games.
Offside.
But hold on a minute. The VAR is asking the referee to halt the restart. And Jules Kounde can only talk about the finish. The goal, it appears, is chalked off. Well, shrugging of the shoulders on the Barca bench. We'll see why in a second or two. Referee explaining to Real Betis, which does spoil it because it was an incredible finish from Jules Kounde.
So, I think his foot is just offside. So we talked about terrific timing and brilliant play. Just offside, I think. The right decision by the VAR.
Referee explaining you can't disagree with technology. We have the semi-automated system in Spanish football now. And the computer drew the line, and I think it was his big toe that was offside. Not the one that he scored with, but his standing foot still counts. And so at half-time, at the Montjuic Stadium, Barcelona only have a 2-goal lead. It's Barcelona 2, Real Betis 0.
Not quite as dominant as the opening 45 minutes of the Spanish Super Cup final against Real Madrid, but very comfortable for Barcelona as they lead Real Betis 2-0 through 45 minutes in this round of 16 showdown in the Copa del Rey. Welcome into the ESPN studios alongside Craig Burley. I'm Sebastian Salazar. In just a little bit, we'll hear from Gemma Soler and Luis Garcia, but first let's show you the highlights from the opening half. Barcelona, fresh off that Super Cup triumph, getting a guard of honor from the visitors.
I mean, that's
from Seville. That wasn't too enthusiastic, that guard of honor.
They won the Super Copa. I mean, they're guard of honor.
Here's something to celebrate. 3 minutes in, Gavi making it 1-0 Barcelona.
Ridiculous. Good first touch actually with his right boot. That sets it up. Just takes it away from the defender, who thinks about a challenge, doesn't want to give a penalty away, and a good finish.
20 minutes in, Barcelona looking for more. Rafinha's shot saved. Betis from point blank.
Yes. Danny Olmo. Is it?
Olmo first off the post, and then Rafinha, the second effort there. Lamine
brilliant.
Yamal, beautiful pass. Jules Kounde, 2-0.
Yeah, that's class here. Good ball from Pedri. Kounde runs past it, leaves it. First time ball back here, brilliant little touch. That's not as easy as it looks. And he's got his shooting boots on today, hasn't he? Kounde getting forward. What a finish that was.
Get another one late that was ruled offside. 31st minute here.
Yeah.
No problem for Lamine Yamal one-on-one, but the finish just off the mark.
Gerard, I have to say, he didn't look, it wasn't the most convincing of strikes from Gerard Martin. Once again, Lamine Yamal sells the fullback. Absolutely astounding dummy.
Betis were involved in this game, Craig. We didn't know it from the highlights there until this. Great save from Iñaki
Yeah,
Peña.
he woke up a little bit just before half-time, and Roque gets just enough on it, but stabs it into the ground. Peña's gone back across the goal, but manages to get that arm up. It's a height where he can just sort of claw it away, but you know, hard to criticise Roque there.
Here's the goal from Kounde that eventually would be ruled offside, and we mean just offside.
No, it's offside because technology's telling you, but I mean, we've already...
Show me the toe. Show me the toe.
We've already had the Lewandowski. Was it his toe? Was it his boot? Was it... This is a big toe, and that's not why the law was written in the first place, but it is correct.
Nevertheless, Barcelona in control, 2-0 at the half, playing for a spot in the quarterfinals against Real Betis, as I mentioned. Gemma Soler, Luis Garcia with us. Gemma, you witnessed it live, so we'll start with you. What'd you make of that first 45 minutes from Barcelona?
Well, Seb, we were wondering what version of Barcelona we will see. Well, is the one of the beginning of the season, of the final of the Supercopa de España. Is the fun version of Barça with that energy, with that sparkle, attacking, looking for more goals. It's a really good version of the Hansi Flick squad. I would like to highlight probably two names of this Barcelona. One is Gavi, because let's remember that this young player, he was 1 year without being able to play. There were question marks. How is he gonna be after that big surgery? It's for the first time he managed to play 3 starts in a row, and I'm going to say that is as good or probably better than before that injury. Is his second goal in these last 2 games and his first ever goal at COPA del Rey. And the other name is Dani Olmo, because you are watching this game on TV, maybe you think that Barcelona are playing with 10, 12 men, or maybe 1 player more than Betis, and this is because Dani Olmo is running so much. He's playing as a striker, as a Lewandowski, but he's all the time abandoning that position, going back and forward, helping in the midfield, putting that energy, as Luis Garcia mentioned in the pre-game, that he has already played in that position in Bundesliga, and he's showing, and I think it's an interesting alternative for Hansi Flick in the next game. So we're seeing this fun version of Barcelona, and there is a big crowd. It's very cold, it's midweek. There's like 42,000 spectators, and they are having so much fun.
Luis, you've been screaming for consistency from this Barcelona team. Is that what you wanted in the first half?
Yeah, definitely, and very important that second goal, because with the first goal, you know that there is always an opportunity for Real Betis. We saw that fantastic save from Iñaki Peña, but Barcelona, even though that they were creating, it was needed. That second one will give you the confidence to start the second half with continue the high pressure. I think it was fantastic once again, the combination, the movement. There is so many movements, so many players out of position, but at the same time, every position is taken by one. I think that makes so difficult for Real Betis, that they are just chasing shadows. Dani Olmo is getting out of position, so for Nathan and Bartra to try to find someone who to mark, and they are arriving in waves. Rafinha making diagonals, Lamine Yamal, as always, every single time he's on the ball is a threat. And I'm gonna call one of the names. I like what Gemma just mentioned, but I think that Pedri is taking this Barcelona to the next level. I think that we are seeing the best version of Pedri every single time that he's on the ball. He clears everything, every kind of situation, help the midfield, help the defense, and help the creativity of this team. Just making the right passes or giving the tempo to this team. So fantastic performance so far, but I think that Betis just didn't put a good test to the Barcelona. So we have to just say that this Barcelona is 80% of what they can give.
All right, there we have it. Barcelona 2-0 lead over Real Betis at the half in the Copa del Rey. We will be live after the game with a live edition of ESPN FC right here on ESPN+. And a reminder, on Thursday, we've got more Copa del Rey action. Real Madrid looking to bounce back from that Super Cup defeat, taking on Celta de Vigo. 3 p.m. Eastern Time. Coverage starting Thursday here on ESPN+. Meanwhile, second half kickoff coming up from Barcelona. Barca leading 2-0 over Real Betis with a spot in the quarterfinals up for grabs.
Welcome back to the Montjuic from Rob Palmer and Stuart Robson. This is the state of play in the round of 16 in the Copa del Rey. The teams that are through so far: Valencia beat Orense yesterday, so they go into the quarter-final draw. Leganes winning in Almeria, late goal in that one. Getafe winning at Pontevedra, and so far this evening it's Barcelona 2, Real Betis 0, and Atletico Madrid are leading in Elche by 2-0. Sorloth with both of those goals. Well, we thought it was going to be 3-0 Barcelona at the break, but those officials stuck on board the view of the semi-automated offside system. Little shrug there from the referee. Nothing I can do about it. Computers are running the game sometimes. But Barcelona, with 5 changes on the team from the Spanish Super Cup, have really adjusted themselves well. And there's a great point there made from Gemma Soler, who's down at touchline level, to tell us just how much running Dani Olmo is doing. Brings a different dimension, Stuart, to the game, doesn't he, from Robert Lewandowski? Well,
right from the start of the game, he went that little bit deeper at times. He's linked up the play. He's made 1 or 2 forward runs as well, trying to break the offside line. I think he's played excellently, hit the post. Going to make a substitution here. Real Betis.
We'll get confirmation in a second. Well, Llorente is coming on in the centre of defence. No apparent changes for Barcelona. And it's going to be Mateo Flores, the youngster, who will bring some legs and energy to midfield. Maybe gives you an insight into the thinking of Pellegrini, who was not happy with his team's first half performance. Referee checking, he's got the full 22 out there.
He had the best chance, didn't he? That clearance from Peña. It's been a brilliant performance by Barcelona so far in the attacking sense.
I think 3-0 and the game would have been dead. But that disallowed goal for Kounde does give a lifeline to Real Betis, who've look back at the first half highlights in the FC studios. You see that they had their opportunities. Iñaki Peña re-establishing himself in goal with that tremendous claw of a save. Altimira is the man who's made plays for Mateo Flores in midfield. Altimira is more of a destroyer, a stopper. Flores should come on and is a little busy player, maybe from the Gavi mould. And Marc Bartra, who hasn't been 100% fit and on a yellow card, is replaced by Llorente. It's about Bartra as well. He took that nasty blow to the head as well, didn't he? So maybe it's a bit of a safety precaution from Real Betis.
Didn't see too much of Cardozo in the first half, the midfield man. Didn't really get involved that much. Had to do a lot of closing down without too much success. But I think you can say that about most of the Real Betis players.
Well, in the ideal world, one would imagine that Hansi Flick would set the alarm on his famous wristwatch to 60 minutes to make changes for Barcelona as well.
You said it was German precision. Aren't most watches Swiss?
I hear where you're coming from.
All the very good ones anyway, I'm told. So I'm told.
I'm sure you have a collection.
First offside of the second half for Real Betis. Ricardo Rodriguez. Talking of Swiss on the side there.
That's flawless, Stuart.
He's done okay. Jesus Rodriguez down that right-hand side. Produced one, actually two very good crosses into the box in that first half with limited possession.
Well, Betis are a club who mirror Barcelona. They've got massive financial problems. They've had to offload a lot of players. Supposed to have found 45 million euros in the summer just to satisfy the financial regulations. Of course, Ayothi Perez went, Ruiz Silva has gone to Sporting Lisbon, Hassan Diao left last week as well to go to Como in Italy. And so the likes of Mateo Flores, Jesus Rodriguez have been promoted from the B side. And Pellegrini is having to use his imagination to make things work. So Joaquin Sanchez up there in the collar and tie in the president's box as well. The Real Betis great, who only retired last season. The danger for Barcelona is they now make it a little bit too routine. Those two goals, and they allow Betis a way back into the game. Jesus Rodriguez to Sabali. Kounde. Olmo. Rafinha. There's a good take by Betis.
You see what he was looking for. Yamal was free at the far post. He'd made the run. He wanted the ball played in. Just played it a fraction too close to the goalkeeper, Rafinha. Yeah, it's important that they close down in the same manner. Just don't allow Real Betis any time on the ball. Because if they do that, that's when their back line becomes vulnerable. They can hold that higher back line because the midfield players and the front players go and press the ball. Don't let anybody, the opposition, able to get their head up and play that forward pass like that.
Referee stops players. There's 2 footballs on the field. There's only one now because Rafinha's kicked the other one off in anger. That's irony, isn't it?
And he's got a yellow card for doing so.
Would he have got a yellow card if he kicked the original one off the field? That would have been helping play. He was just kicking it to the ball boy behind the goal. Hansi Flick has promised himself that he'll keep his cool from now on. Of course, he was sent off just before Christmas in the original game between these two sides in La Liga.
Yeah, I can understand when you're kicking the ball away to waste time. That wasn't the case. Or stopping the opposition taking a free kick quickly, as we've seen on many occasions. But there was another ball ready to play there.
And it's one of the more bizarre cautions we'll see this season. Gerard Martin to Rafinha. Pedri. Araujo. Teases the ball to Kounde. Pedri. Rafinha. Martin. Kounde. Gavi. I just like it when you can hear the crispness of the passing. Boot to ball. I mean,
he just dived in there. He didn't want to be taken on in a 1v1 situation. So it was all or nothing.
it's a good crowd. Has been announced as 46,019 here tonight. Look at that. Well, that answers a very big question. Is Araujo fully fit again? Absolutely.
And listen to the crowd, they love that.
Sounds like they're booing. They're just chanting his name from the terraces. They don't want him to go. Pedri. Great take. Lamine Yamal. The goalkeeper stood his ground. He started from an offside position.
Yeah, I thought when the ball was first played to me, he looked offside. It's tight, mind you. Hits the side netting. Here's that challenge you were talking about. But it wasn't just the challenge, it was the run from the other side of the field. Just when it looked as though Flores might get away, he had to time it perfectly. As if he misses that, or Flores just clips the ball over him, he would have been in a bit of trouble.
Notable that he's sporting the captain's armband as well. Hansi Flick was grilled by the Spanish press yesterday about Araujo. But the story doing the rounds that Juve would like to take him to Italy. Flick was merely pointing out he has a contract till 2026 and he hopes that he's allowed to honour it. Rafinha. Martin. Pedri. Now Olmo. De Jong. Gavi. Barcelona just teasing betting, going left and right, giving it to Lamine Yamal, and they work another brilliant goal. And for the first time in his career, he scores in 3 games in a row. This emerging world-class talent.
Well, I just hope he's onside, because credit has to go to Frenkie de Jong as well. A lovely diagonal ball play. He saw the run of Kounde had made the first one. You see Kounde make the run here. He's certainly onside. Great ball, and the finish is excellent as well. Inside of the right foot, doesn't try and hit it too hard. Just cushions it beyond the goalkeeper. Rafinha was coming in at the far post. He might have been able to play it square, but he went for the goal. And it's a lovely little finish beyond the goalkeeper. And this one won't be disallowed. And Barcelona in full control.
He's come such a long way since he made his debut as a 15-year-old against Real Betis in April 2023. There's nothing quite like him in world football.
Quite sure, something we didn't see, but he certainly didn't look offside, did he, when the ball was played?
Well, the referee's looking quizzically as well. There's certainly no appeal from the Real Betis players. In some competitions, of course, they've allowed the referees to communicate with the crowd, but he looks as perplexed as the rest of us. The longer they survey the evidence...
He's quite clearly onside when the ball's played.
Unless they have a glitch in the semi-automated system, he looks a pretty routine goal. Magnificently taken by Lamine Yamal.
Well, when they stopped it, they froze it. It was, I presume, exactly as de Jong was touching the ball. Well, Yamal was onside.
Well, the president there is seeing what we're seeing. What is the referee hearing?
Oh, so it's the
previous
move.
to the goal, yeah?
It's
like 3 passes back.
Yeah, it's not this one. Look how many passes there were before.
Oh.
That one's not offside, but it was the one before that, or about the 6 passes before that has been given offside. So,
how far back do you have to go in a phase of play? That's like dragging up history. Well, Betis had given a big break there. It remains 2-0. The second goal, and a second superb goal to be ruled out. The first one I think we could understand from Kounde, but
good defending from Frenkie de Jong on that occasion. He's a bit disappointed as well, because that was a great pass from him for the goal, or the disallowed goal.
Isco. Big foot is thrown at the ball from Cardoso. Superb from Lamine Yamal. He has support. He's also got the ability to go solo here. Past one. He wants to score himself, doesn't he? Oh, he passes it on to Rafinha. Rule that one out. Find fault in that one. Genius from Lamine Yamal. Teeing it up for Rafinha. I think Barcelona's name is in the hat for the draw.
Well, I'm not sure he actually teed it up. I think he was tackled just as he was about to shoot, and the ball flew out to Rafinha, who still had a lot to do on the volley, had to control it, had to get it beyond the goalkeeper, was flying out at him. But this is good play, just to nick it past that first chance and stay on his feet. Now there's a slight overload. He's got to get this right. He goes past the first challenge. There's a 4 versus 2. And there you see he's about to shoot, and the tackle takes the ball into Rafinha. In fact, he hits it into Sabali. Comes off Sabali's back. I don't think it was a particularly good shot. And it goes straight to Rafinha, and that's great skill. To lean his body away, to get his foot high enough to hit the top half of the ball and play it beyond the goalkeeper. No wonder the subs are applauding him.
Well, every team dreams of having a 20-goal-a-season striker, and that's his 20th goal for Barcelona in their 29th match of the season. And he looks at it, maybe the goal to have broken the will of Real Betis. Here goes Gavi. Heavy-handed challenge from Mateo Flores.
Here's where the offside was given there for the disallowed, what would have been the third goal.
Now gone at the Montjuic, the Olympic Stadium. Barcelona 3 goals up, heading into the quarter-finals of the Copa del Rey. Just seems a question of how many they're going to score now tonight. Kounde, corner Barca.
Well, unfortunately for Kounde, everybody made the same run. A couple of players that were in the box went for the cutback. There was other players arriving, but they were never going to get there in time. Here's the run from Yamal again. Skips past the challenge here so easily. Pero, there's the shot. Might have been bending into that far corner, and it comes off the back of Sabali straight to Rafinha, who did the rest. You have to say Barcelona have deserved that.
They've certainly got their swagger back. There was a collapse in November and December, especially in La Liga for Barcelona. They lost 3 home games in a row against Las Palmas, Leganes, Atletico Madrid. Off the pace in the Spanish standings, 5 points behind Real Madrid. Now Atletico, of course, at the top of the table. They have made it to the last 16, 5 wins in 6 games in the Champions League with a couple of games to go.
Going to see a couple of substitutions for each side down below us.
Be a double change, it appears, for Real Betis, 18 and 19. Fornals and Iker Losada.
I think Ferran Torres was one of the Barcelona players that was stripped, ready to come on.
Kounde, Dani Olmo, Rafinha, Gerard Martin, a disguised little flip into the centre. Isco, Jesus Rodriguez.
It's going to be a yellow card for Gavi, throwing himself into the challenge, which he quite often does. That's why he does have his fair share of yellow cards. Yeah, he does well just to lift it over the challenge. You can see him coming.
Well, it's going to be Torres and Eric Garcia to come on for Barcelona. And protecting Rafinha. He's on a yellow card. He's got his goal. Keep him mean. Again, there's still a lot of work to be done there. It was a sensational volley. And sensibly, they take off Araujo. Garcia will come on. Well, they trust him to play in a central defensive position. Isco and Wanmi, the 2 players off for Real Betis. And Iker Losada and Pablo Fornals come on to try to bolster Betis. Here's De Jong. There's Garcia playing in his original position of central defender. That's where he started at Manchester City, and when he re-signed for Barcelona, and indeed when he went to Girona last season. But Barcelona have tended not to trust him there. If he does get a game, it's often in the pivotal central midfield role.
Understandably so. He had a really poor time when he first came back to Barcelona. Made lots of mistakes, was beaten for pace.
Rafinha. Pedri. Betis are really reeling here. Here's Rodriguez. Garcia does just enough to get in the way. He's a different kind of defender, doesn't have that raw pace of Araujo. Kubasi back. The other central defender, of course, is Christensen, the Dane, who's been out since the start of the season, but Hansi Flick, should I say, saying that he will be back in the pool of players, maybe not the team, but available for selection at the weekend when they head to Getafe as La Liga reconvenes for the second half of the season. Yamal. Precise pass to Pedri. Pedri. Lamine Yamal. Corner.
Comes off centre half, Nathan. For goal himself, turns his back on it, Nathan, but gets away with it.
Roque there, so not to get too close to his former teammates. Into the near post, headed away by Sabali. Needed the block from Parao. Olmo. Oh, they're firing goals from every conceivable angle at the moment. Barcelona, first chance for Ferran Torres, and he takes it beautifully.
Credit has to go as well to Dani Olmo on the edge of the box when the ball comes back out to him. Real Betis came running out. There was a lot of players that were probably offside, but he picked a player on the far side, Ferran Torres, who'd actually taken the corner, got himself back onto an onside position. And then when the ball came, there's still a lot of work to do. So he's taken the corner there. You see him getting himself in a good position back onside. Dani Olmo, chest control. Ball played in behind, certainly onside. Good first touch. And again, control of the volley. Great vision from Olmo. And a lovely finish from Ferran Torres.
Well, that's his 5th goal in his last 8 appearances for Barcelona. He's had injury issues this season, so he hasn't got as much game time as he would like. But when he's been out there, he's been whipping them in. 4-0 Barcelona. It's the 13th time this season that Barca have scored at least 4 goals in a game.
They're a bit unlucky not to have 6, really, aren't they? 2 offsides were very marginal.
Good point. The 3/4 mark of the match. The will of Betis is broken. Barcelona, with players fit, alternatives in every position. Not too many injury issues now. Inigo Martinez out for a month, Ter Stegen out for the season. But nobody's assured of the place in the starting 11.
Good turn from Vitor Roque. De Jong does well to win the ball there, but this is a really good bit of vision and awareness from Olmo. And there's the volley with his laces. Just holds off the defender that's making the run towards him.
Brilliant tackle from Jules Kounde. Corner for Real Betis.
It's his mistake to start with. And he just about
risky
gets there.
challenge, wasn't it? Just this side of legal. He got the ball first.
He certainly did.
The man was a bonus.
Might have just twisted his ankle there. Jesus Rodriguez. I've enjoyed his performance. He's looked quite a threat at times.
Oh, thankfully he's back up on his feet, the youngster.
Here it is again, Kounde. He got the ball, no doubt about that. But he had to get it absolutely right.
Peña boxes the ball away. Mean a lot to him if he can get a shutout when he's returned to the Barcelona goal from the start tonight. Rodriguez, and Peña takes it out of the night air and tries to set off a counter-attack.
My question to you as a former goalkeeper, why didn't he do that with the first one that came in?
Safety first. Reminder, match day 20, the second half of the season, kicks off on Saturday, 2:30 Eastern Time on ESPN+. Barcelona heading to the city of Madrid to take on Getafe. Elsewhere in the capital on Sunday, Real Madrid are at home against Las Palmas. Early start for that one. Sunday brunch, 10 a.m, ESPN+. Is that brunch in your household?
Yeah, I would say so.
Oh, that's good. As a former goalkeeper, Stuart, answer to your question that I've been shouting away. Neat football this from Betis. Kounde.
Just about got there, didn't he?
Jesus Rodriguez is really testing the defensive capabilities of Jules Kounde.
He had a head start on the youngster, and it soon evaporated.
And there's no need to overexert the players. Big opportunity for Hansi Flick to make sure everybody gets some playing time tonight. Pau Victor is about to come on. Of course, he's the other player that's been involved in the politics. And Gavi, he is back to his absolute best. Young man who was out for over a year, wasn't he?
Take nothing away from Pedri as well, who's the other player to come off. He was brilliant. I'd love to know what his stats were.
And I mean, Lopez, who hasn't been out on the field very often recently, emerges from the shadows and has 20 minutes to once more impress Hansi Flick.
It's great to see Gavi and Pedri playing with real confidence after their injuries. I mean, Pedri's been back for quite a while now. It took a little time to get his form, his true form back.
There was that fear at the start of the season that the injuries may have an effect on him long term. He'd only got 90 minutes on 6 occasions. They tend to take him off late in the game, offer an arm of protection around him. But with those two, it's a fearsome midfield for the next decade if they can keep them fit. This is better from Betis. Zabelli on the blind side. And Iñaki Peña sees the shot from Johnny Cardoso. Just stroked wide.
He had a chance to play it out wide, but he decided himself to... Might have been a tight one had this gone in, whether Zabelli was offside. There's the side-footed finish. He's trying to bend it round Frankie de Jong. I don't think it would have beaten the goalkeeper.
Cardoso, the boy from Denville, New Jersey. And he wasn't there too long. He moved to Brazil when he was 3 years of age. But American international. Here's Ferran Torres seeking his second. Passes on to Pau Victor. He may have started offside, but keeper wasn't to know that. Betis had to get in his way.
I think it was the first pass where Ferran Torres was offside here. That's the ball that was played, and Ferran Torres was offside.
It's only the second time that Betis have conceded 4 goals this season. They came into this after 3 clean sheets in 5 games. Their strength this season has been their defence. Not exactly flamboyant in attack. They've only scored 21 goals in La Liga. But they have been torn apart by Barca tonight. 4 goals. And as you rightly say, 2 that were disallowed by the minimal margins.
Yeah, that's good. Assistant refereeing, that was quite clearly offside, so he put his flag up early on that occasion. Fornals, who had a spell in the Premier League at West Ham, quite a long spell at West Ham without really pulling up too many trees.
Flag stays down for now. Lamine Yamal wasn't waiting around. Another Barcelona goal ruled out.
That's been the only disappointment about his play tonight. He's made his runs a fraction too early. You can see right across the line here. Now he goes. Ooh. It's a tight one, but I think he will probably be given offside.
Well, to the human eye, it looked offside. Now they feed it to the semi-automated system.
We've seen a lot of this throughout the game. Referee standing in the middle, hands on his hips.
He doesn't quite know what to do, does he? He knows the camera's on him. It's not his decision. He has to go with Daniel Jesus Trujillo Suarez and his team in the VAR.
Goal given.
Well, on this occasion, it sticks. The run and timing of Lamine Yamal was perfect.
Well, it was so tight, wasn't it? Look at this again. Oh, it's that left leg of the defender, Únete. It's just playing him onside. It must have been, again, an inch or so. Wasn't the perfect finishing. I think he was trying to play it down the side of the goalkeeper. He actually plays it straight to him, but the goalkeeper dives out the way. Maybe been a bit hard on Yamal. He's played it on the inside of the goalkeeper, who couldn't get his left hand up in time. But a wonderful performance here by Barcelona, and once again that man there.
And now it's safe to say, for the first time in this incredible career, Lamine Yamal scores in 3 successive matches. A footballing mile on site. Wrap him up in cotton wool, keep him fit and fresh for the weekend, unravel Pablo Torre. Another very valuable player to Ferran Torres, who has weighed in with 4 goals this season in all competitions.
Don't think Real Betis would want too much added on time, will they? We don't mind. The football has been a joy to watch from the home team.
Or can they get a consolation? Vitor Roque, brilliant tackle from Kounde. We've seen some sensational goals from Barca tonight, but we've also seen some top-class defending from Kounde, Araujo as well. This is Sabali. Barca draw that high defensive line. Eric Garcia. Ferran Torres. Olmo. Goalkeeper had that covered all the way.
Yeah, Ferran Torres, I think, was looking to pass it in behind for Firmino at one point, but the defender backed off, so he played it square. Olmo again trying to cut across the ball. He wasn't quite sure what to do there, Frankie de Jong. In the end, he made the right decision, because he found himself in a centre-half position. Eric Garcia had pushed up, so too Kounde. And once he'd made a couple of steps back, he realised he almost had to play like a sweeper there, Frankie de Jong. Heart must have been in his mouth for a moment there, but he got to the ball.
Well, Pau Victor has now gone into the central attacking position. Olmo has dropped into midfield as part of a reshape from Hansi Flick.
I'm not sure it's going to make too much difference at this stage of the game.
He's just setting his players little mental tasks here. See if they can pass his tests. The midterms. De Jong to Olmo. Barcelona supporters using their mobile phones to create a sea of stars. Barcelona looking for a sixth. Maybe they'll get it. Goalkeeper with a little touch over to keep out Ferran Torres. Victor, should I say?
Good link-up play. Well, Victor with the effort eventually. Torres and Fermin linking up well. Then Fermin gets the ball back straight at the goalkeeper.
Torres takes his time, allowing Kounde and Eric Garcia to get up from the back. Garcia was the closest to getting that. It is Kounde. Olmo. Kounde. De Jong. Fermin. Olays now from the Barcelona supporters. Well, the football has been of the very highest order. He's going to be feeling it, Gerard Martin. He's been watching from the sidelines. He's only participated in one of the last 7 games. That was in the COPA del Rey.
He's just got a touch of cramp, I think. Hopefully it's cramp, nothing else.
Looks like it, doesn't it?
He had a difficult first half, not in terms of the defensive side of the game, but he had so much time on the ball when he got into those forward areas. There's the 2 goalkeepers. So Szczesny suspended. Unfortunately, Mark ter Stegen with that terrible injury that he had. It's not going away, that cramp, at the moment.
Yeah, self-medicating.
Here is the last goal. Tries to deceive the goalkeeper, which he does to a certain degree. The goalkeeper, I think, probably should do better. Once he gets a good hand on it, should keep it out. Just started to dive or lean one way. But what a fantastic player he is. As is the man in front of him at the moment. Both players in front of him.
Roque squirms his way through. Kabati does enough. Kounde scrapes it off the line. Referee gives a penalty. Barcelona blotted their copybook. Is that De Jong diving in on Jesus Rodriguez?
Well, again, he's been the threat, hasn't he? The jinkied run. It's Kounde that just catches him. Yeah, he just stands on his toe.
Yep.
It's not a lot, but it's a foul. And it's in the box. And now Betis have a chance to get some pride in. It's going to be the Barcelona man.
Vitor Roque would have taken a few practice penalties, I'm sure, in training against Iñaki Peña. It may not mean a lot to Real Betis scoring a goal, but it mean an awful lot to Vitor Roque if he can score against his parent club to remind them of his talents. Oh, Vitor Roque squirmed it under the Barcelona goalkeeper. His 7th of the season, reminding them of the talents that they signed for around 30 million euros.
Well, Peña chooses the right way. He can't get his hand down quickly enough, or his body. It's always a difficult area for the goalkeeper. Just tries to drop that right hand down on it. He can't do so quickly enough. and consolation for Real Betis.
Little reality check for Barcelona's defence as well. Throwing is taken quickly. Roque. I think we registered that one as a shot. Hard to tell.
It's been a very disappointing evening for Manuel Pellegrini. Well, as I've said to you many times before, it always seems to be the case when I'm watching Real Betis.
They certainly have a different identity under Manuel Pellegrini to the last couple of decades, and they're always seen as a flamboyant South American style club. And when they play Barcelona, there's generally goals, generally for Barca. Second season in a row that Barca have scored 5 home goals against Real Betis. Lamine is fouled. Yellow card for Mateo Flores.
He's been playing on the edge. Mateo Flores, since he's been on, he's just grabbing hold of him, and the referee had no option other than give him a yellow card.
Kubasi. Martin. A rather negative picture has been painted in recent weeks. Barcelona losing 3 of the 5 games in December in La Liga. Things have taken a turn for the spectacular better. 5 against Real Madrid at the weekend, the Spanish Super Cup up. 5 here against Real Madrid, 4 against Barbastro in Barca's first Copa del Rey game.
When they're playing well and you've got those midfield players at their very best, Pedri and Gavi, and tonight De Jong has been excellent as well. They're very hard to contain. The speed of Rafinha with his runs, the just genius ability of Yamal. Olmo has played that centre forward, or I say centre forward, he's played in all sorts of positions, but playing through the middle mainly. They're a side that are really hard to contain. Real Betis just haven't been good enough.
86 goals this season for Barcelona in their 29 games now, averaging almost 3 goals per game. Can they make it 6 tonight? Pau Victor is determined to do that. Now Betis break. It's a big ask for Fornals. He gets there though. Fornals, it's a poor pass, nowhere near reaching the intended target of Vitor Roque.
Once again, it was Frankie de Jong that was caught in the centre half position, and he was the deepest of the players. You see, everybody else is trying to hold a line, and he goes back. And in those situations, I think he was right to go back. The other player should have gone back with him. Fornals, in the end, it was a bit of a nothing effort from him.
He's desperately trying to find his fitness, Pablo Fornals. He was injured in November, made a brief return, but well, if Rafinha was booked for kicking the ball away before, is that not a yellow card offence?
Well, the difference there, the ball was still in play. It wasn't until he kicked it that the referee gave offside. So you can see he's quite clearly offside. He waits, he waits. So I'm not sure it's quite the same.
Okay.
Rafinha kicked the ball away. Again, he was a bit hard done by it once the whistle had gone.
Goals have flowed for Barcelona this season. This is the 7th occasion they've managed 5 goals in a game. Best, of course, was 7 against Valladolid. Lamine Yamal does well to win it back, but Barcelona are not settling for the 5. They've got intentions on maybe adding. Well, right on the 90-minute mark, the referee draws the evening to a close. Barcelona breeze through to the quarter-finals of the COPA del Rey, and Real Betis still to the left, licking their wounds.
Yeah, good performance all round from Barcelona, right from the very first couple of minutes. That goal from Gavi set them on their way. Their football was brilliant. The creativity, individual brilliance. What a performance it was from Barcelona. An absolute joy to watch. Real Betis, not very good, I have to say. And they were completely thrashed and torn apart by what was a magnificent Barcelona performance.
Well, he's got a few issues to sort out, Joan Laporta, between now and the end of the transfer market. But down on the field, things are going swimmingly again. They brought home the Spanish Super Cup, scoring 5 goals at the weekend against Real Madrid. And they could have scored more than the 5 here tonight, with a couple disallowed as well. But a perfect performance from Barcelona. They breezed through in the Copa del Rey, beating Real Betis by 5 goals to 1.
Welcome everybody into the ESPN FC studios alongside Craig Burley, Shaka Hislop. I'm Sebastian Salazar. Great to have you with us. We're going to get into all the action out of the Premier League in just a little bit. Arsenal holding on to win 2-1 against Spurs. But let's start with the game that just ended here on ESPN Plus out of the Copa del Rey round of 16. Barcelona taking on Real Betis. Barca fresh off that Super Cup, which